It's Monday. It's vaping. It's Monday Night Live. Woo. All right, how you doing? That was me. That was me under there. Oh, well, there you go. Things don't get any worse, do they? Hey, we're on it. We're on it. Let's get going. Let's make this happen. It's Monday. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker, and it's another little chill out and a little show to talk about once again, just to waste an hour or so of your time. And don't know, we might learn something new. We might not. I doubt it, to be fair. Anyway. If you've not joined before, this is how it works. The first 10 minutes are going to be me saying hello to people in chat. So if you are in chat, then please let me know where you're from and all that sort of good stuff. You can actually watch the chat on a replay when you're catching up. So if you've not caught it live, you can still see what's going on with the chat if you so wish, which is very exciting. Once I've said hello to people, then after 10 minutes, we then launch into the main part of the vlog. So if you're watching this on replay, just fast forward 10 minutes. You're not going to miss anything. It's super exciting. And then after that, what we'll do, launch into the normal vlog, and then Mr. Todd will be joining us later on again. And jobs are good. Can't wait to have a little hangout with Mr. T. It's been ages. It's been ages. Anyway, let's have a little look and see who's in the chat, shall we? Right then, I'm just going to scroll up a little bit and see how we go on. Mike Sim says I'm crazy. Thank you very much. Right, have we got it's me, dude, Kenny B, Hussein Shishtar, Cliff 82, Oi, no, that's a tough one right at the start. Orjan Kostrom, maybe. Let's say that. Hello to you. Hello to you. James Whiting, how you doing? Vape Geek and Nate Wilson, David Payne, Roscoe, Gareth Martin, Morris Van Brankelen is in Holland. Thank you very much for joining me over in Holland. Gort. I had this problem last week. Gort. I'm going to go with Gort. Bull. Hello, how you doing? Greetings from Germany, says Fall Beach. I hope you're all doing well. Not too bad at all. 96% club. Lovely job. Haven't seen any of the 4%ers in as yet. We might get there, though. We might get there. Derek DeBeck. Finally, I caught this live. Hey, Dean from NYC. Hello there, Derek. Welcome in. Welcome in for the live one. Then we've got Kevin Mann. Good evening, Dean, and all from South Oxfordshire. Bonjour. Cuz Steve. Hello, Steve. How you doing, buddy? It's me, dude. I've said hello. I've said hello to you already. Graham Vincent. Have I said evening from the Fracture Clinic? Boo. Boo. Have you damaged yourself doing something scary and exciting? Frank McDermott, all right, mate, how you doing? Big hi from Kuwait, says Hussein. How you doing, Hussein? I know I said hello to you earlier on, but I'm going to say hello to you again. Washington State, USA is Andy Franklin. Well, that just went. Well, see, when I try and scroll slowly through the chat, it kind of goes slowly. Fuck off. What else we got? Let's have a go. Sean T. Hay from Connecticut, or Church. Steve, obviously. Dean, how's it hanging? Not bad. A little bit to the left, and underwear's a little bit tight tonight. So you know. XJDM power. All right, not bad. Thank you very much indeed. Good day, Sweden in the house. All right, dissident gent Sharon B, first 4%er I've seen in the house. Hello, Sharon. Thanks very much for joining us. Hello from Chicagoland. Says Ples Bon. Craig Higginbotham. Bootham says hi, Dean. Sorry if I'm a little late watching. I'm watching on board a lap of the what? Watching on a board on the lap of the something Isle of Man TT. Something. Kevin Mann says hello, Todd. If you're reading, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. So normal rules, just don't be a knobhead in the chat, and we'll all get on wonderfully. James Ashbrook, I can't answer that one, not because I'm legally obliged not to, but generally I don't have one. What else have we got? Connecticut, USA is John A. Josiah Kane is Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Hello, you guys. Greetings from Belfast. Hello, Jamie Ryan. How you doing? Adnan Adnan, hello, how you doing from Bosnia? How you doing, fella? Rick Mason, yo, yo, yo! Back at you as well. There is a 4% watching with me. Nice to know, Tim. Welcome on board. Nice to see you again after the earlier Patreon stream. Greetings from Germany. How's the weather on the island? Cold, mate. It's very cold. Deborah's in 4%. Nice. We've got a few of you. We've got a few of you cheeky 4%ers in. I like that a lot. What else have we got going on? Just a load of people saying hello to Todd. Max Jackson, hey Dean from Dubai. Hey, how you doing? Georgie's Garage, morning. Vaping Bike from Melbourne, Australia. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining me over in Australia. Jay Jarry, hey from UK Yorkshire or Yorkshire UK. Let's go with that way, shall we? Stephen Smithick, Atlanta, back again. Hello, Stephen. How you doing? Hello, Dean from Missouri. All right, Joseph Clymer. Tubed in UK, Norwich. Nice. It's a bit nippy, isn't it? What? Tell you. Long strands, cold as you like. What else have we got going on here? The Dangerous Brothers are back, says Mr. Gibbs. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. Jason Gindon, Brunswick, Canada. Did I say? I didn't say your name right. I know that one. Robert Hallman from New Mexico, USA. And see, I should know how to say your name, Mr. or Mrs. Benjamin. Anwun. I don't know. I'm sorry. But West Wales. So, you know, there's the Wales. Yeah, there's either too many or not enough vowels. That's what I've learned. Helmi Mohammed from Singapore. Hi, how you doing? Vape So Hard. Hey, Dean, here from Australia. Thank you very much indeed for coming in here. Dean, hello, says Neil Thomas. Hello. Alistair Robinson. Hi from Northern Ireland. Lynn. Hello, Lynn. How you doing? Nice to see you. More 4% action. Why is my voice talking up here? I don't understand. Now then, hi, Dean from London says Wakas Kundi, I think, maybe Kundi. I don't know. Sorry. Look, if you've been with me a while, you know that I'm shit with names. I'm making the best of it. I'm having a go. Hello from WV. I'm cooking dinner while watching. I don't know where WV is, but thank you very much. And I'm cooking something nice. And can I have some? Hello from Earth. So you see, edgy. Oh, hi Harry, how you doing? Hello, biker from Manchester. All right, Chris Stewart, how you doing? Let's have a little scroll. Oh, it looks like Schwarzy's in here. There he is, Mr. Ian Schwar. We need to get some more articles up from Mr. Schwar onto the website soon. Evening Dean from Mars. Are you though? I don't think you are, Ian. I don't think you are. Hello from Alabama, or Andrew Small. Whoop, that's just Andrew Small was from Alabama. I saw that one. Guybrush Threepwood from Germany. The Lost Britain Froggyland is Screwdriver. Denmark here says Captain R1. I know I missed a few in the middle there, and I apologize for that one. Dino Knight, I will talk about that in a minute, my friend. That was a little bit close to the camera. Let's sit back, Dean. Calm yourself down and breathe. Vape and breathe. That's a vape. Best way to say the name is Anon. There we go. Anon. There we go. Got there in the end. Ophidian Vapes is in the house. Having it large from London, says yes. A big hello, Dean from Massachusetts, USA. Jay Blind. Hello, thank you very much indeed. Jeff Chinnery is Oshawa, Canada. That we'll go with that one, I think. Vali Geordie from Africa. All right, Vali. Deborah Connor is in from Kent. Very posh Kent. Leslie Gambrel from New York. Jason. Right, let's do the last few, shall we? Jason Keller from Pennsylvania, USA. Stuart, hello from Stonebridge Park. Should know where that is. Mr. Gibbs, I'm over 50. Am I a 1%? No. Well, I don't know what you do in your own life, but not in relation. That whole 4% thing is down to the fact that it's always been about 4% of my viewership were ladies, so they had a special club of their own. Johan, I can be your 4%. Hello, I'm Inga from Sweden. Okay, so there was a that was enough to be confusing. um, what else we got? Super Anodyne from Austria. Nearly said Australia. Snow there too. Okay, Lois, looks like Lois is in the house as well. Deborah's not that posh. Well, that's what posh people say. Hello, bud. Loves you. Love you, Vince. You're the reason I stopped smoking. Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed, Luke. I kind of want to do that fist bump thing that Grim does, but then that's Grim's thing. So I'm gonna have to think of another blowing kisses just isn't a good thing. So I don't really know what to do. Right. Alex Bilvin from Florida, Newcastle upon Tyne, Daniel Carlisle, and I think, oh no, there's a Michael whose name I can't pronounce at the end there, from Delaware, USA, and Nightcrawler from Germany. Right, that is all the hellos going on for right now. I'm sorry if I've missed you. I couldn't get absolutely everybody in, but I will be paying attention in a little while later. I don't really know what's going on with my collars. Everything's going on. It's a little bit nippy. See, I've got the old padded thing happening. What? Anyway. Not a huge hell of a lot to kick into on the regular vloggy part. So start thinking of some questions. Don't just throw them out at me or Mr. Todd quite yet. Start thinking of some questions. And then when Todd comes in, then we'll have a little bit brief chat about a couple of bits and bobs. But then we'll get some questions from you guys as well. So start thinking about them and we will do our best to answer them. But please, please don't put the what's your favorite RDA or what's your favorite mod or what's your favorite anything, because we answer that all the time and it's not an answer. We can't give an answer. It's not really a thing. So there we go. You could do a double fist bump. I could do Robert, but no. Marguerite's in there, 4%er as well. Fantastic. Right, good. So what is there to talk about? I don't know. Not a whole hell of a lot has come in this week. Still down from the I'm being super picky about what comes through the door generally at the moment, just because I'm really enjoying being able to have a little bit of breathing time and not being kind of really focused on going or really stressed about going, oh, I've got a fuck ton of stuff to do. I do not get, I mean, fair play to people that do 5-6 reviews a week and all that sort of stuff. I can't do it because I just I haven't got the time to do that. But more importantly, it's the testing of stuff that I'd have a super huge problem doing. So not for me, any of that malarkey, but well done for anybody that does do that. I'm just looking at my YouTube so I can have a little look and see what has come in. As I've said before, I do unboxings for the patrons, so that kind of gives me a little reminder. Now then, stuff that's come in has been few and far between, as I was saying. I've got some. I had some juice come in from Jaywell, which was great. But I was hoping to get more pods for this, and I think I've shown you this one before. In fact, I know I've shown you this one before, and I think this is one of the most stylish kind of just little pod systems going. I think this is absolutely fantastic. Super restricted lung hit, but just have a really nice slow vape on it, and it's lovely. Bonus, and I'm enjoying that, and it comes in a nice little leather case, so you can pop that in your pocket and look business as fuck, and you know, just look boss while you're using it. So I do like that. But yeah, I got some juice from those guys. Not super excited about that. Another thing I got was the blade kit that I reviewed recently a couple of weeks ago. I got the black version of one of those, which is kind of like a light black, dark gray kind of vibe going on. I'm not entirely sure why they sent it to me, to be honest with you. So that was fun. I've already reviewed the super tie-dye color one, so I don't know why they sent me that one, but they did. One thing that I did get is I got a bunch of coils. Now, generally, I certainly don't review coils. I know that one. I get asked to review coils a lot, and essentially they're nice bent bits of metal. So it's really difficult. Reviewing coils to me is kind of slightly harder than reviewing, or slightly more pointless than reviewing juice, in my opinion, because how I vape or how I would use it may be entirely different to how you would use it. So I don't really get the reason for it. However, what I can say is when they're made well, and that's something that I've got. So a lovely Mr. David Mottram has Pilgrim Vapes. I think he's Pilgrim Vapes on Instagram, has made me, and he made Mr. Todd some as well, some teeny tiny, now you're not even gonna, can you barely see those? Look, I know it's out of focus, but teeny tiny little Claptons, and these are for use with like mouth to lung stuff. So I stuck one of these in, which was the one that I used to start with. It was 316L 30 with 38 gauge wrapped around the outside, so teeny tiny little coil coming through at about 1 ohm or 1.3 ohm, something like that. And I stuck it in my Berserker RDA, and I just had a jolly bloody good time with this. So lovely. I am enjoying that one, and I'm really looking forward to getting the review out for that RDA, because, you know, thoughts about Vandy Vape to one side. It's those of you that probably know that I wasn't super happy about them for basically taking my pal Rick's design for a mech mod polishing tool and just ripping it off royally. So other than that, I not super excited about their stuff ordinarily. However, because this is like a 30 quid high-end looking RDA that does do a pretty good job with a whole bunch of offerings when it comes to airflow, I am going to be reviewing that, because I think it's a good option for people that like mouth to lung but don't want to spend crazy money on stuff. So that's why I'll be getting one of those. I'm just moving my microphone to be where I'm not going to be hitting it every 5 seconds. So that's that. I'm sure there was something else, but I have absolutely no idea what it was. I can't remember. Anyway, what else have we done? Films. Video wise, we did a review for the Claymore, the mech mod from Scotland over in Shearshire Mods, which is very, very good. I really did enjoy that. Not the most sort of technologically advanced kind of mech tube out there, but a really simple and a really enjoyable one. So I did have, and I still do have, a really, really nice job with that one. I literally put it up on my brass mech shelf this morning, so that's up there for the moment, just to give me time so I can test other stuff. And now then, what else happened? The Twisted Messes 24 Pro series, and I compared that with the previous Twisted Messes 24 and the very first Twisted Messes RDA as well. I'm still rocking the Twisted Messes on top of the DS, and having a jolly good time in there. I switched out from the blue one to the gold one because we have kind of gold screws on the top and gold stuff on the bottom there, and that kind of just works out really, really nicely. But having a wonderful time with this. Marvelous, doing a grand one. So yeah, having a hellishly good time with that one. I anticipate recording the DS review tomorrow, so this will be out either tomorrow night, or more than likely it'll be coming out on Wednesday, so keep an eye for that on the channel. So that's happening. The other thing that I have been vaping on as well has been my Squid Industries double barrel V2.1, 2.5, 2.1, I think it's 2.1, isn't it, the new one? Anyway, this, and having a jolly good time with that. I've got the Bonza sitting on top of there at the moment because I think that just looks the tits, and I'm having a really nice time. I'm having a very relaxed 80 watts going on that one at the moment, so jobs are good. And I've just turned the screen upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So having a very, very chilled 80 watts going on there and having a really nice time. The other thing, Mr. Dave sent me with the coils, which was lovely of him. He sent me some Northern Syrup from Vapor Junkie, which I am massively addicted to. I think this stuff is absolutely glorious. I really, really do. I did a DIY flavor of a sort of a syrup thing the other day, and it's not close to that, but it is very nice. So I'm going to be making a lot more of that. Now, is there anything else? Is there anything else to tell you when it comes to that sort of shit? No, I don't think there is. So what came in today? We had a couple of things come in today. We've had I've unboxed these and done stuff for the patrons already. We've had the Vape Fly mouth to lung RDA come in, the Galaxies. Why it's a pluralized thing, but it says Galaxies. Look. Can you read that? No, you can't read that because that's not in focus. Hold on. See, Galaxies, plural. Why is it a galaxy? I don't understand. Anyway, the that is that. That is the little mouth to lung RDA. It's got some interesting little ideas when it comes to airflow and what have you. Let me just pop it on my little standout stands build puck. Look at that, still the tits. Need to polish that up again. Look at the atty rash on it though. It's gone all over my face. Anyway, right, let's crack open this one. So what you've got going on the inside of here is it's a big old chamber. This is what worries me about it being mouth to lung. It's a fair sized bloody chamber going on there, which is a bit of a worry. But those are your air. You've got one air hole going in, and then you've got kind of a long slot, a slightly shorter slot, and a very small slot going on there, all feeding air to that single air hole. And that means that the air holes on the side there will determine however you spin this will determine whether you're using the long slot where you'll get all 3 holes, the shorter slot where you get 2, or the littlest slot where you get 1. So that's sort of option number 1. And then option number 2, if I can stop it glaring on the camera, option number 2 is where you've got your post clamps going on right here. Right next to that is another screw, and that screw you undo or loosen to allow the air to go in underneath it, which goes into the chamber. So basically you're going to be messing around with getting your air right from the outside and the screw in the middle. However, my concern with this one is the fact that it is a very large chamber. So when you do mouth to lung this, you haven't got the air coming up from underneath the coil. You've got the air coming in from the side. And if you only do get a really, really small amount with sort of a reasonably wide chamber, are you going to be able to actually kind of get a decent flavor from it? So I've not built it yet. I'm going to be building this one live tomorrow for the patron people. So I will let you know how I get on with that next week. But otherwise, the other thing that came in, which has been confusing me so much, I noticed Jason, hope that view come out, the screw doesn't come out. No, I was worried about that as well, Jason, because it seems a bit bloody strange that you've got a screw that's basically just loose in your RDA. I don't know how I feel about sort of sucking on that. Anyway, right, this is the other thing. This is the loop from Geek Vape, and we have an issue. We have an issue with this one. I know that wasn't in focus. Should we do it in focus? Just, you know, just for shits and giggles. Right, so that's the top cap of the loop. And it's all fair enough. It's all fine and dandy and all that sort of good stuff. You got nice sort of, you've got a nice kind of doming going on the inside, which does help the flavor. You got a couple of little cutout sections. There's one there about 6 o'clock kind of mark, which means that it doesn't spin around on your deck. And your airflow control is in the middle here. So you get to spin that and release these holes or not. But there's no way of being able to take this off. So if you get kind of a build up of crud and crap underneath this this ring here, then you're kind of screwed. But you do have the option of going single coil if you want to, which I think is good. But no, I can't see any way of separating the two things. Now then, this is where we get to the interesting bit, because this is the deck, and it's a pretty cool deck. I think it looks kind of funky, but there's 2 issues with this one. Now, first off is your screws go in sideways. Hang on. I'm gonna need something here. What am I gonna? Let me use a little bit of wire that I made up. Okie dokie. So you are going to be popping your coils in along that kind of way along there, but that means that your legs are going to be going that way as well, horizontally, and the screws go in that way. So what happens is, rather than kind of flattening the legs of like Clapton's or whatever, you're actually going to be twisting them. So you either have to pre-twist your wire or just kind of fuck your coil a little bit when you put in there. So you can fix it afterwards, but it's just a little bit of a pain in the hoop. But no, that's point number 1. Now, point number 2 is the fact that your wick goes down the sides here and here, as one might expect. So that's fine and dandy. And then underneath there, you might just be able to see that underneath that build deck, there's like a reservoir, so your juice can go sloshing around in there, and everyone's a winner. However, how does the juice get in there, you ask? Well, when you drip down the top, it sort of slides off this little roofy thing, and you can see that while you've got the airflow that comes in at the side and it goes down, there's actually a hole underneath that goes straight down into the reservoir. So can you imagine what that problem is going to be? So what you've done is you've just dripped, or you've squonked or whatever, and you've got a load of juice sloshing about in that reservoir area, and you're thinking, well, this is all right, isn't it? And then you take it up to have a vape, and if the air hole is pointing towards you rather than out sideways, the air hole is that way, you've got an open hole underneath where your coil is, so juice will just go and all over you. That's not cool. that's not cool at all. So I did have a little chat with Geek Vape earlier on, and said, well, what's this going on here then? And I think the general response was, don't overfill it. But that means you've got a reservoir that you can't use as a reservoir. So you know what? Anyway, I built one on the stream I did with the guys earlier on, and a couple of things. That happens. It makes your wick all go wobbly, because you need to put a decent amount of wick in there. You need to put a decent amount of wick in there, but you can't really see there, but there's a hole. You go straight down that air hole, and that goes straight down to the deck. So if I had juice in there, you can see that on the top of the mod there's already been a little bit of spillage, because if you tip it up, the juice will just come out. So you know what? I don't know. Bug it if I know. So yeah, I mean, that seems to be kind of quite a considerable sort of issue. I would imagine, I mean, to the layman's eye, to someone who's not the brightest on these things, it seems that's quite the problem. But let me just pop some juice in here. Hang you on. Not gone crazy with juice. I've just dumped a little bit in, same as you put in with any RDA. Hang on, get that top cap on. Get a little bit of blue roll, because this could get messy. Hit the microphone, because why not? All righty then. Now, I didn't put too much juice in this, so this might or might not work. But there we go. They're going in there, and then if I tip that up like that, I guess my wicks were too wet, or too dry, so they've soaked that up. But honestly, it will. I'm going to put some more in. Hold on. Right. So let all the juice out the air holes. Why would you want it in your dripper? Just I don't get it. I don't get it. So you've got a reservoir in there that you can't use. Now, granted, I did purposefully put a bunch of juice in there on that one. I'm not in focus. and J Case is saying, yeah, just don't overfill, which is fair enough. I get that. I understand that. But you're not overfilling if you're using the reservoir that's designed in the RDA. That's not overfilling. That's using the reservoir. That's the whole point of that gap being under there. So what I haven't done yet today, because like I say, I only got this today, so I've got to have a good old play with it. What I haven't done is put just a fuck ton of cotton under there to try and sort of soak up as much as possible. But I don't really get it. I don't really understand the premise of having a reservoir to hold juice that can't hold juice. And that's basically what it boils down to, in my humble opinion. I'm getting a little bit warm. Getting a bit toasty. Right, now then. So that's me having a bit of a whinge out of the way, but let's have a little toot now, shall we? Okay. And the thing is, the flavor from this is not bad at all. It's pretty good. It's quite reasonable. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit taller than the Twisted Messes RDA. But no, all in all, the flavor is quite reasonable. I just don't understand the concept of having that reservoir. That's what confused me. And I'm not saying it's a shit RDA. I'm just saying I don't understand why something's there that you can't use. Do you know what I mean? Do you get me? Am I being too critical? I think that's fair enough, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it is. What have we got? What have we got? What happened to the focus? The autofocus. I don't use autofocus. I use manual focus because I'm hard. Nathan, is that a fine mods box? Yes, it is. It's one of the older ones that Matt did. This has got a PWM going on in here with a mod meter going on in the inside, just to show us a little bit about what's going on. But there you go. Like I say, the flavour is all right, but it's not quiet. It's not the quietest RDA. It's not as turbulent as one might think, but it isn't smooth and swooshy, as Nick says. But there you go. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it came in today, so I've got loads I've got to do with it and see how it works, you know, and see if there's ways around this kind of idea of the juice not doing stuff, you know. I don't really know. But we'll give it a go. Like I say, I'm not saying it's crap. I just don't understand the concept behind it at the moment, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's have a little look in chat and see what's going on. Deborah says that's where I stick with my dead rabbit. Absolutely. Four Beach, you could use it to drip into an RDA that is actually good. Okay, I don't really know what we're talking about, but I'm going to go with okay. See, the thing is, I kind of like that deck. I kind of think that W-shaped deck, because in the middle there, that sort of the pointy kind of house roof that's in the middle of the deck is great, because when you drip down it forces the juice to come out either side. So that makes sense to me, but it's forcing the juice to go out either side and then down into the reservoir underneath at the minute, which then will come out again if you put extra juice in. So what the fuck? I just don't know. I don't know. Ivan is in from Serbia. Hello, Ivan. How you doing? As always, when we do get to the questions bit, if you do put your at Vaping Bike or at Todd's Reviews and then put your question in uppercase, capital letters, hit that caps lock button. And put your question in that. We won't get offended that you're shouting at us, but it just helps old people eyes seeing things, you know. I still not got my proper specs in, by the way. I'm very upset about that. Right then, what have we got going on here? Oh, that's something else. With the Vape Fly, I got told that with this, the packaging will be different. I got told that this is essentially a pre-production, and all of the ones that reviewers have got are non-production ones. So, but allegedly just the packaging is going to change. So we'll see what goes on with that one. Now then, what else have we got going on here? Someone got the Berserker RDA non-sample version yet? Question mark. Don't know. I haven't. Darren, hi Dean. Hi Darren. There you go. Can you pause a second? Got to go and get the washing in. The washing outside? What? In this weather? It'll be frozen solid, man. It'll be like a wank sock. Kenneth Gillespie. Don't see that being a winner. No, I'm probably with you there, Kenny, mate. Now then, what else have we got going on? Vapor Biker, will you be in Stuttgart in May? No, I will not. No, I will not. Dean, that lager's off. It's special orange piss lager. Hey, I'm doing well. I've still not touched any alcohol for bloody ages. I'm probably about 5 months into not drinking at all. What's going on there? Because there you go, Four Beach, because when the RDA leaks you can use that to I see it can go into the drop. I got you, or drip into another one. Gotcha. Mooch is in the house. Lovely, nice to see you, Moochy. Thank you very much for joining us. Mooch did another fantastic Q&A video the other day, so if you've not subscribed to him as yet, please get your flipping selves in order and go and subscribe to Battery Mooch. He's doing some fantastic information about batteries, and he was highlighting, I think, the fact recently that the VAP cell, the gold wrap VAP cells. There were the 2700As, are not all 2700As now. It's still a reasonable battery, I seem to remember, but not all 2700As. So you wouldn't know that necessarily if you didn't go and subscribe to Mooch. So go and subscribe to him because it's bloody marvelous. Now then, oh, I've got windy pops. Have you tried cornbread pudding by Country Clouds? No, I have not. It sounds vile, Jesse, but no, I've not. But you know, it's they're fresh in the gang. When I'm on the Fresh 03 show on a Saturday on occasions, they all do some strange blooming ideas. Humphrey Van Lee did you already review the Umier VLS? No, I did not. I did not have one, so I did not review it. There we go. That's that answered. Now then, something else, the last thing that I really want to talk about before I jump into bringing Mr. Todd on is Vape Jam. Now, I've been saying for months that I was going to be going to Vape Jam, although be it just on the one day. I'm not doing that now. I'm not going at all. So there we go. I'm sorry if I was hoping to, or you were hoping to sort of have a chinwag and a catch up. It would have been lovely, but I'm not going, so I can't. Sorry. Basically it's weird. I don't really understand what's going on with Vape Jam, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. The times on the Saturday for the public just seems weird, and it's just not. I don't know. I can't. It's very expensive for me to go down there and get all the chair out and all this sort of malarkey, and then public is between 1 or 2 and 7, I think. Odds are a load of people will be buggering off at sort of 5, 6 o'clock time. So all of that aggro and money for kind of 4 or 5 hours, it's not really good, sort of that conducive to being helpful. So no, I'm not going to go. So sorry about that. But I am definitely going to be going to the expo, Vapor Expo in a few weeks' time up in Birmingham at the NEC. And I will be there for the full weekend, for the full mashings, for the full thing. I'm traveling down on the Thursday, and I'll be coming back on the Sunday night. So I will be there for the full thing. So hopefully I get to see as many of you there as humanly possible. That would be great. I'd look forward to that a lot. So yeah, just don't interrupt me when I'm peeing, eating, or sleeping, and then everyone will be fine. There we go. Look, and watch it. There.
Well, just hang on. I'm buying stuff. So just you carry on talking about how you can't go places, and I'm going to see if something's still for sale here.
All right, you crack on. Are you buying something for me?
No, I'm buying something else that I really can't afford, but I just can't help myself. I really can't.
Good man. That's what it's all about. All right, we'll let you do that one. Anyway, so yeah, so sorry I'm not going to be doing jam if you're going to be going down there. I've been to every single jam going since it started. I think this is like only the 4th one, so it's not like I've been doing it for a millennia. But yeah, I've been to all of them. This is going to be the first one that I've missed, and it's going to suck not being able to say hi and hang out with Nick and Ruby and all the rest of the gang there. But no. What?
How about me?
You're not going?
I know, but you could have said I'm going to miss not hanging out with Todd, even though he's not going.
No, because you're ignoring me this year. You're buggering off to Stuttgart.
Yeah, but I'll see you in some point soon.
The second expo in the year, hopefully. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone will be having a splendid time there, and there's going to be Nick, Ruby, I think Kent Twisted Messes, I think he's going. There'll be Tony B there. Don't know if Bogan's going to be at that one, but there'll be a whole mess of people there, so that'll be really, really cool. Lots and lots of juice as well, by the looks of it, and lots of the modders gallery is always great at Jam, so that'll be something to that's going to be something to check out. Loads of people want to know what you're buying now.
It's sold. Fuck.
I do hope I didn't interrupt your buying and made you miss it.
I hate buying stuff in the vape game. Yes, I will be. I will be in Stuttgart. Somebody's asking. Yes, I will be in Stuttgart. I'm not going to Lille. Is it Lille in Paris? There's a Vape Expo in Paris.
Yes.
Because it's my father's 70th birthday this weekend, so we're away celebrating.
Cool.
And I've got nothing else till. What comes first, Vape Fest or the next expo?
I think Fest comes first, and then the expo is right at the end of the year, I think.
Yeah, I'll definitely be down for that expo, and I'll probably come down and see you before then anyway.
We need to do a twofer review in
yes.
in my wonderful space here.
Yes, now that you've cleared it out and you can actually fit a larger gentleman in your room.
That does sound a little bit naughty, doesn't it? Have you seen the Tony B bobblehead available from the Cloudy Vapor? See, now look, we came up with the bobblehead idea way before Tony. I'm sure we did. Oh, look at that! Look, sucking on a big old tube, bless him. Yeah, I'm sure we came up with a bobblehead before Tony did his, but you know, not one that not that I'm jealous about it or anything.
Well, people were suggesting it several months ago. It was suggested, but we were just too tight to go out and get one produced.
There is that.
Yes.
JTH reviews. Hello, sir. It's always nice when people call you sir, but it does make you realize how old you are. Greatly appreciate all the work you've done and put into video. I'll start again. Greatly appreciate all the work you put into the vids and the breakdowns and very specific info. People honestly don't realize how much you've done for the community at Battery Mooch. I thought he was talking about me then. He's talking about Battery Mooch. Oh, my life. Although that is a fair point. Mate, Mooch does do a great job. Now then, someone's talking about Four Beach is talking to Hans Dampf in German, I imagine. What mod is that, Todd? That is the Beagle. Show everyone the Beagle, Mr. T.
That's the Beagle. That's 4 18650s in parallel, and by Darwin Mods, and that's the Dwarf direct lung RTA on top.
With the 3.4 ohm coil in it, just to make that last a month for batteries.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm also vaping with my new half and a Narca. So that's what I'm tooting away with.
Large but very matchy drip tip.
It's well, that's the this isn't the standard top cap for the Narca. This is actually an extended one for older people that just so.
Destiny up, hello, I'm new to your channel and I absolutely love your channel. Thank you very much for joining my channel, Destiny. Very kind, thank you, and hope you enjoy some more. Right, now then, if you've got any questions, start thinking about them, start firing them in to us. We'll have a little look on chat in a minute, but please start them with @VapingBiker or @Todd's Reviews, and then put the question in uppercase, capital letters. I ask for it every week, and about 3 people pay attention, but it just helps us read it. It's really important. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Todd, now then, Berserker RDA, mouth to lung. Someone asked earlier on about mouth to lung RDA. Now, obviously, you vape with super posh gear when you're not throwing things around. You vape with lots of posh stuff when it comes to mouth to lung. Now, most mouth to lung RDAs, other than the really old stuff, tends to be quite pricey. It's quite sort of the pastime of the rich and famous. So, how do you think the Berserker RDA matches up with the posher ones?
Well, I actually have. I saw in chat people were talking about it, but I actually have the retail version because Van de Vape don't send me shit, and so I actually got mine from Steam Island, a shop. So this is a production one, and what people were saying that the airflow is out of alignment or something.
No, basically what it is, when you use the the airflow with the long slot or the 3 holes.
Yes.
Rather than, if your coil's like that, rather than going kind of underneath nice and solidly, it's sort of crossing over your coil. So you're still only getting kind of like the center of that hitting the base of your coil.
No,
it doesn't cover the length of the coil. I think that's what they're going on about.
Well, I've got a production one, and it's absolutely fine. It gives a good. I don't know what they made this from. I think they made this from an old ladder. I think this is the equivalent of a ladder because it's heavy. It's heavy for the size of it. But
was that, hang on. That was a larder, as in the car.
Yes.
Not a ladder, as in something you climb up.
Listen, you southern fairy, get it up you. They knew what I meant. They know.
It took me a second, to be honest.
The vape from it's really, really nice. I mean, it is a good vape from it. It's too tall. It is too tall. The whole drip tip thing going on is just, that's hideous. But it's not bad. It's not bad.
I kind of like it. I think it kind of reminds me a little bit of a spaceship. It's one of them sort of things. I think it's kind of funky.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, I've got plenty of small bore 510s that I normally just put on it, but it's for the money. I think it's a good bat. I mean, if you are desperate to get a mouth to lung RDA, then it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I've loved this quite a lot, and this setup altogether on the Luna, I think it's fabulous. It makes me feel everything. I polished this up the other day. I was well proud of myself. Right, there were some suggestions there. Benjamin is asking for any suggestions for unsweetened e-juice. Now, Benjamin, are you asking for unsweetened because you don't want it to be a coil killer, or are you looking for unsweetened for some other reason? That would be good to know. We'll see what we can do on that one, even though Mr. Todd vapes tar most of the time. We'll have a go and see if we can get stuff. Francis asked for the best site to get concentrate for DIY. If you're in the UK, I tend to use, I've just got some stuff from Chef's Flavors. Otherwise, Rainbow Vapes are very good, and Vapable are very good. They tend to have quite broad ranges of stuff, which is good. Although the Chef's Vapors or Chef's Flavors search capacity on their website is abysmal. It's terrible. It really is all proper shit. So sometimes if you've got a specific flavor in mind, Google it and then add Chef's Flavors to the end of it, and that will give you a link to it rather than using their internal search, which, you know, in this day and age, what's going on there then? Are you vaping with nicotine or question mark? Well, what? Nicotine? I find that vaping roses tends to be a bit rubbish. Do you have any recommendations on a regular mod with bypass mode? Most regulated mods have bypass mode these days, Divine, but depends what sort of thing you like, whether you like dual or single battery, or if you're a power vapor or a little one, or, you know, whatever. Coil killer. Benjamin's on about coil killer because there are some really nice juices that are out and about that are not coil killers. So that's, you know, that's something to be aware of. Once again, depends on where you are in the world, but all of the Stash line, if you're in America, they're all fantastic, and they all taste fantastic as well. But there is a bunch of different flavors out there that aren't coil killers. So it sort of depends on what kind of flavors float your boat. Even this Northern Syrup from Vapor Junkie is not too bad on the coils at all. So that's worth seeing. Am I vaping on the Twisted Messes Pro? Yes, I am. Boom. There we go. That's on that one. Have you seen anything? What have we got going there? Have you Drop Dead Rabbit or Pulse 24? Whichever one you like the sound of, really, Mike? Jewel versus an iStick Pico. Have you got any thoughts on that one? Have you used to sell Jules, did you, at the vape shop?
Yeah, that was the bow we used to sell.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the AIOs? I would go for an AIO before I went for a bow.
Yeah,
but then it comes down to, what do you want? Do you want to play with juice? I mean, if you don't mind putting juice in a tank, then get an AIO, get something like that. If you don't want the hassle of it, then buy a bow or a jewel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of very heavily into the Le Carte from Jaywell, because I think that's just bloody marvelous. It's a slightly different take on the pod idea, and that works really, really nicely. The annoying thing about this does exactly what I whinge about with most other pod systems, in as much as it's not tight enough for true mouth to lung. But I don't know whether it's the shape or the form factor or the look of it or what, but I just really enjoy having a real slow, delicate kind of lung hit from it, and having a really nice time. So it's very odd.
Do you? Oh, sorry. Guybrush is asking about the Tayfun GT4. I've not heard anything about it. Hopefully, I'll see it in Stuttgart when I go over there.
Nice. When is that? Is that in a couple of weekends' time, or is that when?
That's in 6 weeks' time.
6 weeks' time. Gotcha.
Yeah. There's Ford Beach is asking us, have we already received the upgraded Luxotic with the silicon bottles? No, because they haven't updated anything apart from the bottle and the doors. That's it, isn't it?
I know nothing. I didn't get one to start with.
I think that's all they've changed. So I can't see them sending them out again for review if they've not actually changed anything bar the bottles.
No, I can't really see that one happening. I'm just having a little look here because Steve is saying, have you seen the Stage Vape Venus RDA?
I'll let you look for that, and I will answer Robert G. Henderson, who asks, where am I from? I am from the shed. No, I'm from I'm born in the east coast of Scotland, raised on the west coast, and a mix of the two. There you go. That makes no sense whatsoever.
I would have just said Scotland, and then that'd have been the end of that.
Yeah, but he was being, he obviously knew I was Scottish, so he wanted that specifics. Just don't start me. Don't start me. Just
hang on.
Have you found that yet?
Yes. I'm here. Look, I'm here now. Boom. That's busy.
That was nice a few years ago.
What's going on there, though? That's heavily engraved, isn't it? But same sort of drip tips we're used to seeing now. That looks as though that's thinner right at the top than it is at the base.
Yes, it does.
That's the thing. That's the deck. Fair enough. I can't. It's not a mouth to lung RDA, is it? But I don't know. It looks all right. Doesn't look anything too exciting, but it kind of looks okay, doesn't it? It's, if you can do without engraving. Oh, that would look great. Remember that Asmodus really massively engraved mod that they did?
Yeah,
horribly expensive.
Yes, I remember the one.
Tits on that.
More T Vicar. Sorry.
Right. Oh, hello. Look, I'm blown out. Why?
Sub Aquatics has tried to. Oh, sorry. I get it. He's sent a link for something. I've just realised that I've got to remove the word dot and replace it with a dot. Right.
Technical as you like.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Oh, okay, I see what he's getting at.
Okay. Paul Shannon asks you, V3 Tronic Mech mod. You got one of them?
I used to have one back in the day. If you can get a genuine one, an original one, then yeah, they were great mechs. They really were funky bits of kit. But there's one floating about somewhere with my name engraved on it. There is. Yeah, good mech mods. I actually reviewed one several years ago. Go watch the review.
There you go then. Boom, some of that action. Balasin Sorin asks what my favorite metal bands. Now, before I answer that, you constantly surprise me by listening to some metal now and then.
Yes, like this evening I am listening to Supertramp. Breakfast in America. Great album. One of the best metal bands from the 80s.
Oh, you were actually listening to proper metal recently.
Well, 9 Inch Nails isn't metal, really.
Fair enough.
But and no, I'm not. I mean, I grew up with Judas Priest and AC/DC and whatnot. I mean, that was when I oh god. Well, here we go. When I was in primary school. When I was in primary school, we went through the show. Oh fuck! We went through the shawadi wadi phase, shawadi wadi phase, and moved on to heavy metal, and that only lasted a couple of years.
More likely to have been in your early teens, late 20s.
That I wish.
I like I still like some old school stuff, but also I've been recently I've been listening to more Ocean Machine and some more Steve Vai stuff, and there is also a band that is supporting Five Finger Death Punch on tour at the minute, and they've done a nice cover of a popular song that I can't remember, and it's a band that I can't remember. I'm going to have to find that out now because it's really going to bug me. But
just making these names up.
But the singer replaced the Five Finger Death Punch guy while he was in rehab, I think, and sounds very similar to that. So that's it's not kind of balls to the wall, super angry bastard stuff, but it's quite enjoyable. And if I can't see it in the next two scrolls, then I'm going to give up. 1, 2, no idea.
Laszlo is asking, do we have elevators with voice recognition in Scotland? Seriously, just get it up. Yeah, the next person that posts that on my Facebook page will get shot.
You know what's going to happen now, don't you?
Yeah, Schwartz is asking, Dean, does your Luna squonk door flap open when the bottle is full?
My Luna? No,
yeah.
No.
He's a special lad, though, Schwartz. He's probably doing it all wrong.
Push it up further.
He's not been vaping long. Christoph Egger is asking, do I have the top airflow cap for the Jazz yet? No, I don't. Looking forward. I hope I do get it because it does look good. It does look good. If for those of you that don't know, the Jazz RDA comes with just standard airflow like that. But they've actually designed a cap where the air comes in from the top, so you can over squonk with it, basically.
Yeah, that's interesting. Cap NR1 has asked 2 or 3 times now, what's the fee for design a RDA RTA? I have no idea what you're asking. If you want me to design one for you, then it'll be probably somewhere in the region of about £27,000, 56p.
Oh, hang on. That how much? Anyway, no, I just saw Grey Nunn. It says he loves Pill. Good call, that man.
Yeah, Public Image were they were an interesting little group, I think.
Yeah, they did some classic tracks though.
And I think Steve Vai actually played with early Pill stuff as well, or some Pill stuff, kind of mid-80s.
Yeah.
There you go.
Volker is getting his knickers in a twist, stating that AC/DC is not metal.
He's got a point. It's rock.
AC/DC was heavy metal. It was heavy metal when heavy metal was heavy metal.
It was heavy metal in 1954. Yeah, I got
fuck off. Mr. Panda asks Mr. Vaping Biker, the Pandora RDA, is it bleh friendly or is it a paint your coils atty?
I genuinely can't remember. I know that the second version was better than the first version, but you will have to go to watch my review of it to let you know what I thought of it, because I honestly can't remember.
Okay.
There we go. That's the end of that one.
Are you going to dodge the questions that everybody's asking here?
Which ones? What ones? What is there to dodge?
Pulse.
What? Yeah, I'm not going to. Right. Okay. Here's my stance on that. Tony B is a fucking lovely bloke. I think he's a really nice guy, and I don't think he's done anything wrong from what his standpoint is, and I think he's very good. I've personally never reviewed a Voopoo product, and I have no intention of doing so because I don't like them. So, and also the very first time I met a Voopoo guy, and he insisted that their boards were better than DNAs and were going to be the DNA killer, it made me laugh a lot because they're not even close. So, Did you make the Clapton wire for your Ibanez? Asks Alex. No, I did not. Do you like the harder stuff, trash metal? I don't listen to metal after anymore, but I can appreciate. Someone asked earlier on about Pantera. I used to love Pantera. Vulgar Display was great. Cowboys from Hell was an amazing album, but it's a bit of a shame that Phil Anselmo's turned out to be a big racist bastard. But no, but as far as music goes, those two albums were the greatest ones out of their whole catalogue as far as I'm aware. But if you can find it, the funniest thing ever is seeing Pantera in their glam metal stage with all backcombed hair and all that sort of stuff. There are pictures online, but that's amazing.
Yus808 asks, Dean and Mark, did you go to any raves at the end of the 80s, early 90s?
I didn't, because I didn't leave school until 1989. That help you?
Okay, that was he's such a dick.
Because I'm young and hip.
Yes, I'm slightly older, and the answer is yes.
Nate Dog is asking what kind of bike I ride. In the description in every single one of my videos shows off the sort of the main Honda Shadow that I was riding around until I can't ride on two wheels anymore, and I've still not figured out a way of magicking like $4,000 out of thin air to get it triked. So it's in the garage sitting there waiting for me to do something with it.
Okay, that's right. I'm just Lawnmower Death cannot be a band. That's not a band.
That is. Lawnmower Death was a business in the 90s.
Bloody hell, it is as well.
What do you think of Machine Head? They were awesome. They were awesome back in the day. The thing I liked about Machine Head is they kind of took some of the sort of Slayer action, but with decent production. And that's what did me as a muso back in the day. The idea of crap production really wound me up. It really stressed me out. So yeah, there you go. But no, a little bit of Rammstein. Don't mind some of that going on now as well. Can't really think about it. I like all sorts though. I listen to jazz and just all manner of stuff really. But there you go. I was there summer of '89 in Essex. Sunshine Rave was what? The Essex Sunshine Rave was awesome, says Craig Higginbotham.
Oh, there's Jezza. Thank you, Jezza Gates, for coming in and bringing this conversation back on track with some real music. Bucks Fizz, Dollar, and a bit of Haircut 100. I've got a Haircut 100 album right here. It's awesome.
This worries me so much. Sometimes I think, wow, Todd's listening to some really cool music, and then you'll say that.
That was my first album, my very, very first album.
Is there a Lamal album just behind it?
No, but there's a Milli Vanilli one.
Right now, I recognise it's all great fun to talk about music all night, and I'm happy to do so. But if you have got any vaping questions, feel free to throw them in. Phil Lee, do you look at any young up and coming rock musicians and follow them? Not really a whole lot of them, because metal has died quite a nasty death in a lot of places, like proper metal has for sure. And a lot of bands have a spiky hair and an eyeliner, and they're like, "Whoa, we're punk or we're metal." Nah, get fucked, you're not. Do you know where to sell secondhand vape gear, as eBay is banned non-business sales? Chris, Facebook, there's always Facebook groups. So, if you can find a Facebook group regular or related to the item that you're selling, that's even better. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there going on. Why can't I wick this damn Modfather RTA right? It either leaks or gives dry hits. You had a Modfather and quite enjoyed it, I seem to remember.
I thought the Modfather was an excellent RTA, but it's strange because there did seem to be a lot of people that did have issues with it, or could not get it to wick properly, or not wicking, or they weren't using enough cotton and it was flooding constantly. There was a very fine balance to it, but once you get it right, it's a good RTA.
Yeah. I tend to find with those sort of size, big chunky bastards, you need to get a big chunky coil in, like a 3 or 3.5 mil coil. So you've got a lot of cotton coming out of your coil, and it will soak up a lot of juice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, what wire material gauge do you use on your RDAs? I use, my favorite is dual core 26 gauge stainless steel cores with 38 gauge around as a Clapton, and then flattened in my pasta maker. I've done a video on it, so you can go and check that out. It's in the tutorial section. Right. Have you heard any more about the Aspire Squonker? Asked Stuart Drummond. I've seen it. I've spoken to Aspire about it. It looks very, very cool. It looks a little bit like a sort of a handle for a pistol. But I think it looks quite sweet, and certainly in some colors more than others. But I'm interested to see it. So when it does come out, allegedly, I will be getting one. So I'll show that off ASAP. Have you had any thoughts on that? Have you seen it? Have we talked about it? I can't remember.
Yeah, we've talked about it in the past, mate.
Fair enough then.
We have indeed. Yes.
That's the end of that conversation then, right?
Yeah, sorry. Do you want me to string it out a bit? No.
I'd like to see a vaping swap meet for folks to sell or trade used vape stuff. That would be cool. I can already see the pitfalls in what I'm about to say. But you know, when you go to a vape show and you've got all this flash new gear, wouldn't it be cool to have like a little section like your sort of modders gallery, but kind of like a vaping jumble?
They had that in the Glasgow School of Vape meet a couple of years back, where you could trade your stuff, and it went down quite well. It's quite popular. Yeah,
I think that would be a good. I mean, I might take some trade away from other people, but I think that would be a really cool thing. Vaping Biker, this Mick, what are you doing? Mick7575 says, Vaping Biker and Todd, any cheap soft squonk bottles? Mine keep melting in my mech squonker.
You're doing something wrong.
So much.
You're doing something wrong.
that should not be the case at all. I've never had a bottle ever come close to melting, and that's using kind of like 0.11 coils and all this sort of stuff. So no idea. Good recommended RTA. Depends on how you vape there, Chris Stewart. So you know, Anthrax. Oh, I'm just going to go on back to that for a second. Anthrax was awesome.
Spandau Ballet or Duran Duran?
No.
What do you mean no?
No, but see, the thing is that Duran Duran, I would go with Duran Duran, but no.
Nah, but you see, the thing is, they both peaked right at the very beginning. Both of their first albums were tremendous, and then it was just meh after that.
Yeah,
kind of like me in my first review, you know.
Daedalus review coming soon. Absolutely, Andy. For those of you that are waiting for that one, I did it last week. I tried recording it last week. Got this multi-cam action going on. Was super excited about it. Was super happy about it. And then everything that I recorded on my up top camera was out of focus, and there was a whole bunch of cock-ups going on there. So that is going to get recorded. I'm going to hit that again this week for sure.
Is that after the Nicor mixer?
Shut up.
Come on, I'm sure if I was to ask people in chat how many people are waiting for the Nicor mixer review, they're not buying it because they're waiting on your review first.
I'm fairly sure they're not. But hey, how's this then? If you go to Custom Vapes to get one of these definitive designs DS, I don't know if it works as well on the TS, but if you use Biker 10, you'll get 10% off. So there you go.
And if you use Todd 20, you'll get fuck all off.
But there you go. Custom Vapes UK, get some money off your definitive designs. Dean and Todd, which do you prefer, regulated mods or mech mods with no protection, and why? It's very demanding, but go for it. What do you prefer?
It honestly depends what I'm vaping. I guess I'm much the same as you. We very seldom get to vape what we want to vape because you're constantly testing mods and atties.
Yeah.
So but me personally, I find these days it's a mech squonker is where I'm happiest.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? I am trying to unscrew my the base of this so I can put more batteries in because they're a bit weak. Mechs are just brilliant. Mechs, you're never gonna, you can't break a mech very easily, and you can always fix it if you do fuck it up somehow. So mechs have got a special place in my heart because I'm an accident prone bastard and that breaks things a lot. But occasionally, like Mr T, I do like having a regulated one. It does depend on what you're reviewing at any given time. But no, I like it. I don't know. I don't think you can beat. Sometimes you can't beat having a regulated mod just for your battery life, and you know where you are. It's a constant vape, and if you're out all day, sometimes you don't want to take a load of extra batteries and all that sort of shit with you. So it kind of makes sense to have a regulated device with you at the time. Yeah, TJ. Yeah.
Don't. Oh, TJ, who's just got really wet feet and is covered in mud. Thanks, mate. You absolute cock.
AJ McLean, have you ever had any paint peeling on your Lost Vape mods? The gunmetal on my Triad and Therion are bubbling and peeling. I think I might have worn some off in the past, but I don't think I've ever had any peel. Have you?
No. I mean, we used to see a lot of them come in the shop, and none of them peel. Sorry. You finished. And none of them peeling, but like you say, just worn. Just the paint was worn. Fuck off. Go on. Sorry. No, so yeah, sorry, no, never had an issue myself.
Wendy Blank is asking, would either of you together or separate ever consider doing an interview regarding your experiences over the years with vaping and the community that grew from it? Yeah, I think we've both done interviews in the past. You more than me because you've been vaping for a million years, but yeah, we've both done them in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I've done plenty of magazine articles and things like that, and for websites. But it's sorry, the dog's thrown me, completely thrown me. I had a rhythm going there, and it's just fucked.
Benjamin is going back to his question about caramelization or the coil killers and stuff. Do you think that wattage and temperature of the coils affects it? I think it can do, but mainly with the highly sweetened juices.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I mean, I've vaped custard all my days. Well, for about 5 years, and I remember, I mean, I used to have to just change the cotton out in a coil every 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now it's every few days because of your vaping at such higher wattages. Yeah, it's the higher wattages were just the best invention ever for juice companies and coil companies.
There was a bit of feedback on your end there. There was a juice, and I can't remember the name of it, but I've never had something kill a coil so quickly. Literally, in the space of like 8 hours, it would just wreck your coil. But it tasted brilliant, probably full of sugars and diacetyl and all sorts of stuff, but it tasted ace. Now then, will Sunbox E8 10mm bottles fit in the Rio P67? I have no idea what any of that is.
He never asked me, so I'm not answering them. You can get it up. I do know that the big bottles. What's the big bottles that Rick does?
Geronimo's.
Geronimo's. Sure, it's the Geronimo's. They fit in the Rio mods. Pretty sure they do. Yeah, that's a Woodville. And that's a Geronimo bottle in there, and it's basically it's a Rio, so they should fit, or they do fit.
There you go. See, getting answered. TCG Vape, didn't you get a new dog a while back? How's it doing? Yes, I did, and she's doing amazingly well. She's such a sweetie. She's brilliant and huge. Right, let's have a little look at these. Cuz Steve, what do you think of the last hint at a TPD repeal? I think it means absolutely nothing to vapors at this current time, Steve. What it's doing is it's just pulling things all together for the Brexit. So once we move away, then all of the European laws are then going to have to be brought into the UK, so they can't have the same documentation and all that sort of shit. So it means nothing to us at the moment. The positive is to take from it, then there may be a chance if we can educate people and non-vapors and non-smokers and stop trying to preach the converted in our own community all the time. If we can actually kind of get the information out there to real people, then we've got a chance of maybe having some kind of altering with the new laws. But I don't think it's anything to get excited about at the moment. There's nothing to show that. What else? Vape Chinese juice from Canada are very easy on the coils. Absolutely, I did mention that earlier. Did you test the Luxotic BF box from Wismec, and what did you think of it? I didn't, but Mr. Todd did. You rather liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually just the other day I did the hack on it. So I've got I cut the tube, and I've got I think this is one of the Coil Master little soft silicon bottles in there now.
Okay.
I like it. I said there was somebody on my Facebook group was going on about how they dread that people were saying it had been auto firing, but when I asked them for links, then they couldn't come up with links. So whether or not if there's any truth to it, I don't know. But there's so many people got them, and so many people are actually enjoying them, I think.
Absolutely. Do you prefer glass strippers or unicorn bottles?
Oh, unicorn. Well, I don't really drip anymore. When I do, I mean, if I'm dripping, I use my Easy Dripper. So I don't really use bottles for dripping as such.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of dripper bottles.
Yeah.
No, unicorns all the way for me.
Yeah. I tend to use this all the time as well. I think this is a tremendous thing.
Yeah.
The Geek Flask.
The thing that I love massively, and I've not got one next to me at the moment because I'm is the Bombertech do the little, here we go, here's one. Bombertech do these to go on the top of bottles. Now these are made to go onto the top of I think it's the 60 mil chubby gorillas, I think, but I found that they do fit on a bunch of other bottles as well, and it just means that you've got a nice metal top on there, so no chance of being able to squeeze it and then just all your juice piddling out of it. And a nice big hole there. You can screw that into to fill up your squonkers, or you can drip nice and easily from it as well. So I think these are a cracking little idea, and definitely worth getting a few of these puppies. And I think they're going to be doing some. They do black and silver at the minute, but I think they're going to be doing some funky aluminium colors as well. There we go. Where's my pen? Here we go. Oh, there was a serious question there. Where's it gone? Oh, I've lost it. Oh, piss flaps.
Okay, I'll pick this one. There's Yus808 is just saying I'm a better reviewer than you. There's no, there wasn't. I'm making that up. Destiny Eep is asking about the Inikin Oceanus. You reviewed that, and so did I. Did we not? Remember the Oceanus, the Inikin Oceanus? It came with 2700, didn't it?
Yeah. I can't remember if I'm sure I reviewed it, but no, I think it was an all right little mod.
Yeah, I thought it was quite good.
I think it was a little bit power hungry though, if I remember rightly.
Oh, you're right. There was what was it? No, it wasn't that it was power hungry. It was just that we weren't getting the life out the battery that we thought we should have done.
Yeah,
that because it was the very first 2700s that came out, and we thought we were going to get a lot longer from them at that point.
Right.
And then we quickly realised that they weren't all that.
Gotcha. Right. Phil Walton says, Dean and Mr. T, what's your thoughts on the stance of positive change in the UK to vaping, and why isn't other countries following? I don't think the UK has had much of a positive change towards vaping, and I don't think any other country has either. So I think we're all in the shit together, to be honest.
I think we didn't have much of a negative compared to everybody else. I mean, we got off so lightly.
Oh, with the TRPR, I think we absolutely did. But no, what I'm thinking of more is the fact that whenever there's one of these stupid kind of newspaper articles or whatever else, when you've got that exposure to the general public, the comments under that,
oh yeah,
the majority of them are like, oh, well, vaping's worse than this, that, and the other, which is clearly rubbish. But I read an article on the Bloomberg, was it? The Bloomberg website earlier on today, and there was a whole article about vaping is, you know, it's a nightmare, and, you know, think about the children and all this sort of shit. And the study that they'd done, what they didn't actually generate any new information. They took information that had previously been done and then just bent it in a way that they decided was going to, you know, mean the end of the world to everybody.
Yeah.
Which was bloody ridiculous. And then, you know, it's one of these things that you see the comments and people just, you know, think we're all nightmares. So I don't think we've had much positive change I think we've got a few, and I think now we've possibly got a couple more kind of government people that are kind of on our side a little bit more, but generally the general public, I think, still think we're scum.
I'll just pick up two quick questions. Mr. Anbu84, is the Narca still my #1 RDA for flavour? Narda Narca, yes. That would be a yes. What bottle am I using in the half S? Phil asks, and that would be the D mods. I'm just using the one that came with it. And the other one is from Nikos, is asking Mr. Vaping Biker, what's your opinion about Greek products, hardware, e-liquids, mix and vape?
Polykala.
There you go.
There you go. I haven't really had many Greek products, to be honest with you, but I'm all for it. I think it's a cracker. Obviously there's some that are kind of quite ingrained within vaping and sort of quite technical to use and all that sort of stuff, and are very specific, so they're not quite as, you know, easy to use as maybe some of the more widely available products. But I think generally, I think the way they're made, from what I'm aware of, is very good. The production of them and the quality of them is very good.
Yeah, I've had so many Greek products over the years. Love them, absolutely love. And you're right, they are slightly more often than not, they're maybe aimed at the I was going to use a word there, but I won't. A certain market. They're slightly costlier, but they're always really well made. And yeah, I got to spend some time in some Greek machine shops a couple of weeks ago, and it was great fun.
Fantastic. A couple of people are asking when the 75C update is out. I don't know. The only thing I know is kind of what I did with the interview I did with Brandon from Evolve. So once the 250 is out and all good to go and all sorted out, then they're working on the 75C. So shouldn't be that long, hopefully.
Yeah.
Destiny's asking about my thoughts on the double barrel. Would you buy one if you lost yours? Yes, I think I probably would. I really like the form factor. I would like the weight and the solidness of it. I think it's a quality little mod, to be honest with you. But I did do a live kind of show and tell video about that where I sort of went through it. It's not perfect. It's not without a couple of kind of challenges, but no, I like it, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Benjamin wants to know what the worst flavor we've ever vaped is.
Fluid.
Yeah, but you like it, don't you?
Yeah, back in the day, it was, you were vaping it more mouth to lung, which was, it was just too much, and you could adjust the percentage. And so back then when I tried it, it was a really high percentage. Yeah. vaping it more cloudy style, I didn't find it quite so bad.
Gotcha. Mine was Phantom Ravioli. There's just no need for that to exist. There you go. Do you agree with those in America that say squonking is on its way out? No, I do not. Not under any no, Mr. Vapex. Not in the slightest. It's here to stay now. I think it's so ingrained and it's so part of the kind of the normal process of things that no, I don't think it'll ever go away now.
It's just, and I shouldn't say this, but I'll say it anyway because it's not my show, it's your show, and so it doesn't bother me. But don't listen to a reviewer, please. If one reviewer says something, don't believe it. Go and listen. Go and do some reading. Go and listen to a few other people, because just the opinion of one person is really nah.
That's it. And at the end of the day, we all have opinions, and they are just that. They're opinions. They're not law. They're not kind of, there aren't any reviewers out there that know everything. So, it all goes to personal preference.
And the person that said that, I bet you any money they referred to it as squanking.
Oh, God, that annoys me. Someone commented on one of my videos today. He basically called me a twat anyway, but he referred to squonking as squanking, and I said something like, well, I don't really care about what your opinion is because you can't say what squonking is properly, so sod off. Am I getting the Rage Squonk mod in for review, asks Sam. I am, I think. Are you going to be getting one?
What's the Rage? Oh, that's the
Own Boys.
Yeah, no, probably not. That's no, I'm not cool enough for that shit.
Gareth Martin remembers the Fluid video. You actually did a video on it.
I did. That was a reaction video of vaping Fluid for the first time many years ago now.
Schwarzy, can you tell me about what, Dean or Mark? Can you remind me of the beard oil you use? If you're serious, Mr. Schwar, I will send you a link. Right, what else we got going on? I think we're going to be drawing to a close in the next 4 or 5 minutes, so make sure you get those questions in here if you've got any. Someone's saying that at Mark, nice looking mod in your last review. There you go. So you had a nice looking mod. What did you review? Like, I don't watch your reviews anymore.
I don't watch my reviews. Would it? I don't know. I don't know. Was it the squonker? Oh, was it that one? Maybe was that the last mod I reviewed? I'm not sure.
No, look,
I can't remember now.
You're gonna make me actually go to my subscriptions now so I can have a look.
Oh, you subscribe to me?
Shh,
that's awesome. Oh, the UK's #1 reviewer subscribed to me.
Such a bellend. Your charity raffle. Oh, do you want to plug your charity raffle while you're here?
Oh yeah, okay. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that are wondering who's this fat guy in the shed sharing a channel with Dean just now, I'm doing a charity raffle. There's 3 mods up for grabs. There's the Kenzie KO stab wood regulated squonker, worth about what, £250–300, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a BB Squonk MOSFET squonker, which is about £180, and the Ronin Mech mod, which is about £165. So for £1 a ticket, you could win any one of them, or you could win more than one. So there you go. Plug over.
Job done. Go across to Todd's Reviews and make sure you're a subscriber.
Yeah. And all the money is going to the Scottish Association for Mental Health.
Fantastic. Good job, sir. Good job. Do you know how much you've raised for charity so far this year?
This year we're just over about 10 grand.
Christ, that's some going, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Right. Chris is asking, is there any vape products you said were shit and now you've changed your mind?
No, I'm never wrong. So that wouldn't happen. I honestly, vape mods. that were shit, but I changed my mind. There's been the other way around. There's mods that I've one time when I said lots of nice things about a certain mod and then changed my mind after the review.
Oh,
which I've done that once. I have done that once.
I don't think I've ever had anything that I've said was rubbish and then suddenly got to love it. I'm pretty sure, because the amount of testing that goes in ahead of the review, you would probably find these things out. I would imagine. What's Pluid? Benjamin asks.
It's think Uzo and turned up to 11.
And for those of you that don't understand, that's Ouzo, the famous Greek drink, and turned up to 11, equating to a little bit more than one might expect ordinarily. So quite strong.
Do you know, I know quite a lot of famous vape reviewers that ask me to come onto their show, and I say, no, I'm going to go on Dean's show because I want to support him. I think he's got great potential. He's going to go places. So there's money involved. There's reach arounds and everything. I come on here and I just get shit every single week.
Oh dear. I don't know if this is rude or not, but I wish all people sounded like the two of you. Okay, thanks very much.
If you go into any care home in the UK, you can hear people like us every day. Lots of old people arguing with one another.
Johan saying that the Pluid review's in black and white.
There we go. Vape So Hard has asked a few times. A good mouth to lung RDA because he thinks the Berserker is so ugly. It depends on what your budget is. There's actually quite a lot of maybe mid-range RDAs. If you look for KHW mods, the Jorda or the Pelso, they do some nice mouth to lung ones.
There we go. Good times. The only one I'd suggest is the No Name, No Legal.
Yeah, or the Plug and stuff like that. They're all good.
There we go. There we go. Why did bottom feed mods start getting called squonkers?
Just the noise.
There you go.
Yeah,
because you couldn't spell. Show the guys some love. Hit that like button. Thank you very much, Francis. Very kind. Right there, I think I saw something for you, but I can't. I've lost it again. Sick Boy says that you need to get onto the Plumes. It doesn't say that I need to get on Plumes. I've been on Plumes, but so have you. We've both been.
I've been on Plumes.
Yeah,
I've been on Plumes. Plumes was the start for me of doing this kind of shit.
There we go.
Yeah,
it was the Angstful Vapor, which is the reason for my Avid Large sign off, because I used it and he was insistent that I should finish all of my videos like that, and it stopped me getting confused at the end of videos, so that's what I did.
I like Brian. He's a great guy. They're all cool guys. Very cool guys.
Absolutely. Right. I think we are pretty much done. I think Justin's asking what's a recommended squonk mod. We've reviewed a fuck ton of them, Justin. So it depends on what your vaping style is like and what your budget is like and all that sort of malarkey. So go and have a look at I've got a squonking playlist. Have you got a squonking playlist on your channel, Todd?
I do indeed. I've had one since 1942.
There you go then. So go and check those ones. When buying supplies for being a vapor are cotton buds and cocktail sticks on your list. What? I don't really know what Meat's going for there, but there you go. Right. Where can I find any organic tobacco juice in the UK? Asks Luca. I have no idea. I've never vaped. I'm not really a tobacco juice kind of fan, so I have no idea. Do you know any?
I don't know if the House of Liquid stuff is actually what you would call organic. You know, you've got El Toro and stuff like that. If you're interested in real tobacco flavors, go and check out houseofliquid.co.uk.
There we go. Fixed. Sorted. So, right. And on that one, I think we are coming to an end. So thank you so much, as always, for joining us for another little Monday Night Live. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a nice, relaxed, chilled one tonight. Quite good fun.
No, that's fine for you. I think I came off quite badly.
But that's nothing to do with me. That's just your face.
I could have stayed in the living room and gotten the piss taken out of me. I didn't have to come out here.
See, I had to take my plaid shirt off because you were wearing yours. I didn't want to be too matchy tonight. Right. So thank you very much. If you like the video, please hit that like button, smash it if you so wish. And we will be back again probably. Are you back next Monday? I can't remember if you're away. Oh no, you're back. I don't know.
Oh, I'll be away. Sorry, I will be away. Sorry, my humble apologies.
Well, we'll have to see if I can get a replacement in for Todd, or I might just freestyle it on my own. So we'll worry about that next week. But thanks once again for supporting the channel. Thank you very much for watching, subscribing, and all of that sort of good stuff. Tell all your friends. Let's build my sub numbers up so I go way past Todd. That'd be great. But no, and sorry if I'm not going to see you at Jam, but I do hope to see you at Expo a few weeks later. So jobs are good on that one. Thanks for all the patrons. Thanks for you lot. You're all marvelous. And are you going to do it? And I won't mess around today, I promise.
Now, you're saying you're not going to mess around. I don't trust you as far as I could throw you. Okay, right. I'll trust you. We'll go for it.
All right then.
I'm up to 43 watts here.
43.
43.
Bloody hell. All right then.
Okay.
All right then, Canberra, Mr. Todd. Thank you very much for joining us once again, and we will see you all next week. No, he won't see you next week. I will, but yeah. So we'll see you next week. Anyway, mate, what are you doing? I'm not messing around. I'm doing.
I'm serious. I'm serious. Phil Bissardo actually phoned me and said, "Come on my show. Come on my show." Right, come on, let's go. Let's go.
All right then, everybody. Thanks very much, and we'll see you soon. Have it large.